evening and welcome to Newshour. I am Diana Duarte. Coming up, President Bio has directed the setting up of a national task force on drugs and substance abuse. Vice President unveils a security sector study on service delivery. And National Revenue Authority closes St. Mary's Supermarket on Hillcourt Junction. Well, these stories and more, including sports, are lined up in this edition of Newshour. Stay with us. We'll start with the news bulletin with the President's address on the drug substance abuse. President Julius Maada Bio has in a national broadcast to the nation given directives for the setting up of National Task Force on Drugs and Substance Abuse. He said the fight against drugs and substance abuse in the country needs collective effort. The reason the national task will be there to combat the rising Kush crisis in the country.
Our fight against Kush should be a collective effort, which is why I have directed the setting up of a national task force on drugs and substance abuse, with a particular focus on combating the rising Kush crisis. In the coming days and weeks, the National Task Force will dialogue with the public about its core mandates and objectives. I encourage all citizens and residents in Sierra Leone to embrace our fight against Kush fully.
Well, that was a live broadcast of President's address on drug and substance abuse in Sierra Leone. Whilst many were happy with the move of the President, some were concerned about the composition of the National Task Force he is giving directives to establish. The renowned journalist Umaru Fufana believes that the fight should be localized. As such, district council should be given the opportunity to play a lead role in their respective districts, while the national body could play a supervisory role.
I believe strongly that it should be led at the local level by the district councils. These are elected bodies that should be made to perform certain tasks. So if they are leading at that level, they know the players within their district, so that you don't have an overarching national body that goes down there and try to dictate to them. So when those bodies are allowed to function with some supervision from the national level, namely the Social Welfare Ministry, the Health Ministry, and the Youth Ministry, among others, and crucially also including the Ministry of Civic Education, Information and Civic Education, because you need a lot of awareness reasons to go on. So if they use, like even the agency they have for civic education, send them out to engage communities using the local council structures in those areas, it will help a lot in terms of the young people there or the potential users of Kush, talking or relating with people whom they know at that local level. Take it down to even the section level, the chiefdom level. Let them all get involved.
He is Umaru Fufana giving his thoughts on the composition of the National Task Force on Drugs and Substance Abuse. The Sierra Leone police say they found nothing of interest during their search at the premises of one Admiral Bio and her husband, Dauda Jallo. The search was conducted in the early hours of Thursday, 4th April 2024, and it happened after months of speculation that the couple was involved with the illicit drug trade. Mohammed Kurma was there and he sent in this report.
During this press conference, police paid key attention to numerous raids they had conducted across the country within the last 2 weeks for illegal possession of harmful drugs. Director of Crime Services, Sierra Leone Police, Commissioner Ibrahim Joseph Lai, updated the media on their raid at the premises of Admiral Bio and her husband, Dauda Jallo.
Situated somewhere around my 13, what they call Dauda Jallo. We named it pass around on social media. As soon as the information reached me, I set up a team. This morning, sharp 6, we don't storm the house, search up and down. But unfortunately, the information on social media not put for the factual, because we don't forget anything of drug, not the precursors of chemical, or the instrument of manufacture in the house.
Commissioner Lai added that investigations are still ongoing as they will continue to monitor their phones and social networks. Meanwhile, Regional Commander Freetown West, Sylvester Kouma, said armed robbery was on the increase and they have arrested 3 notorious armed robbers, 2 of whom were serving a jail term of 88 years but were released during the November 26th failed coup attempt. Before they recently robbed 2 houses, other security personnel across the country updated the media about Kush in their respective areas of operation. For SLBC, Mohamed Kouma reporting.
Still on the fight on Kush, police in Cambia district have stepped up the fight against harmful drugs, especially Kush, cannabis sativa and tramadol. On Wednesday, 3rd April 2024, security personnel deployed at Madamaya Police Checkpoint in Binlay Chiefdom, Cambia District, arrested and brought in an alleged notorious drug dealer, Amadou Doumbouya, with unlawful possession of 2 tricycle tires filled with 562 wraps of dried green leaves, reasonably suspected to be cannabis sativa, 22 different sizes of water plastics, all containing cannabis sativa, and 6 boxes of tramadol. Suspect Amadou Doumbouya was coming from Joey heading to the Republic of Senegal through the Balamia customs border, where he was arrested by the police. The suspect is currently in custody helping the investigations, while the exhibits are in police custody awaiting prosecution. We now switch over to stories linked with security. Vice President Dr. Mohamed Jordi Jallow has unveiled a 2-day security sector study at the Foreign Affairs. The study would create a clear coordination and collaboration pathways between security sector institutions in a bid to implement intelligence and security information to enhance sectorial efficiency. Cynthia Kamara witnessed this and she sent in this report. The Mano River Union Women Peace Network has held a training of partners of the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325. The training is an effort to ensure more women become part of decision-making, especially on security matters, because they suffer a lot in times of conflict. Aminata Fufana now reports.
Resolution 1325 of the United Nations Security Council addresses the impacts of war on women and emphasizes the importance of their full and equal participation in various aspects of conflicts, resolution, peace building, among others. The Mano River Union Women Peace Network, MAWOPNET, held the training as efforts to promote women's participation in the security sector and to also deepening participants' understanding on challenges of women in all sectors. National focal person of the Mano River Union Women Peace Network, Rosalind McCarthy, said the training was part of a bigger project they would be implementing in 11 districts, including Western Rural.
The next objective is to enhance ability of partners to share information and knowledge of UN Security Council Resolution 2025 and CILNAP in their various institutions, organizations, and communities. CILNAP is for Sierra Leone National Action Plan on the implementation of UN Security Council Resolution 2025.
A representative from the Ministry of Gender said MAWOPNET moved to strengthen women's issues aligned with their plan to address women's issues across the country. The engagement also saw the formation of an action plan that would bridge discrimination in the security space. The 1325 United Nations Security Council resolution was adopted by member states on October 2000. SLBC News, Aminata Fofana.
The National Revenue Authority, NRA, has closed St. Mary's Supermarket on Hillcourt Junction because of their failure to issue ECR receipt to customers. Head of the enforcement team, Augustine Bakari Jusu, said that it was mandatory by law that businesses that were given this ECR machine to issue ECR receipts to every customer that buys whatever quantity of goods in their business places. Augustine Bakari Jusu said they came to realize that St. Mary's Supermarket has not been issuing ECR receipts to customers, which were among the reasons they closed it. He noted that they had sent an invitation letter to the management of the supermarket, but they failed to show up and also failed to pay the fine of 10,000 leones, which is why they have been issued a total fine of 260,000 leones. We switch to stories relating to the Ramadan. In a heartwarming display of solidarity and care, the Chinese embassy in Sierra Leone has extended its hand to both Muslims and Christian communities in the country. As the holy month of Ramadan comes to an end for Muslims, the Lent ended for Christians, the embassy has supported individuals observing these significant religious periods with food commodities. Jonathan Turner was at the donation ceremony at the Chinese embassy at Spolu in Freetown, and he now reports.
The items donated were over 500 bags of rice, sugar, and some gallons of oil to individuals observing the significant religious periods. The donation, which comes as a thoughtful gesture from the Chinese embassy, underscores the spirit of compassion and unity during times of religious observance. Chinese ambassador to Sierra Leone, Wan King, expressed the embassy's commitment to fostering goodwill and understanding among different religious groups within the country.
Of different civilizations, nationalities, and religions in the world. It is also the basis and guide for us to respond to common challenges and open up a common future.
Minister of Social Welfare, Melrose Committee, lauded the embassy for their support and said that the donation came in handy as many families needed it.
Indeed, this gesture of generosity is a true manifestation of your embassy's love, care, and concern for not only the Muslim community, but Sierra Leone, and by extension, our vulnerable groups in the country.
The recipients of the donation, representing both the Muslim and Christian communities, expressed their gratitude for the generous gesture.
We are grateful to learn that China and Sierra Leone have a very long friendly relationship, and we have benefited from the Chinese government in a number of diverse ways.
This program that to do it during the last 10 days of the holy month of Ramadan. It is considered to be the best days in the holy month of Ramadan. So we are very happy.
As the holy month comes to an end, the donation from the Chinese embassy serves as a reminder of the importance of compassion, unity, and support from one another, transcending religious differences. For SLBC News, Jonathan Turner reporting.
As Muslims use the last 10 days to observe Laylatul Qadr in the holy month of Ramadan, a member of parliament of the opposition All People's Congress representing the Western Area Rural District, Honorable Zaina Timbuba, has boosted over 60 mosques and police posts with food items worth over 80,000 new leones as iftar. The gesture, according to the lawmaker, was to fulfill one of the 5 pillars of Islam, which is zakat in the holy month of Ramadan. Ibrahim Samura was there and he sent in this report.
On behalf of the APC, on behalf of the people of constituency 112, the APC as a whole, hand over this gesture to
Muslims observe the holy month of Ramadan with fasting and prayers in accordance with the Islamic calendar. and during this period they used the last 10 days to observe Laylatul Qadr, which Muslims referred to the Night of Power. Member of Parliament of the Opposition All People's Congress representing the Western Area Rural District, Honorable Zainabu Timboba, said she provided the items as a support to over 60 mosques as they observe Laylatul Qadr this weekend. The lawmaker extended also a helping hand to some police posts within the district in appreciation of their work. Honorable Zainabu Timboba said she provided the support to align herself with the Muslim community in the district and asked the various mosques to pray for the country's peace, national unity, and preach on the dangers of Kush to their worshippers during their sermons.
It is the month of Ramadan and also with the Laylatul Qadr, because the Muslims always say it's the night of prayers. So that's why I decided to choose this specific day, because today I'm asking all mosques of all the masjid to pray for peace and cohesion in Sierra Leone, and also specifically for this Kush that is menacing our youth. I think if you can eradicate this Kush out of this country, we can make this country much better.
Imams from the various mosques appreciated Honorable Zainabu Timboba and the APC constituency executive for the gesture, stating the iftar came at the right time. They said the Muslim community in the country was also concerned with the spate of Kush among young people and promised to join in the fight against Kush. Ibrahim Samura, Freetown.
We now move over to Makeni. Seed Global Health Sierra Leone has donated medical consignment and other items worth over $11,000 to the Makeni Regional Hospital. The donation was part of their continued support to help improve on health care in the region. Hassan Farouk reports.
Speaking to SLBC at the Regional Government Hospital in Makeni, the Country Director Seed Global Health Sierra Leone, Mustafa Soni, said the program, which started with the regional hospital, has had significant impact and that in the last 2 years, they have given extensive training to midwives on various skills to enhance effective health service delivery.
So that's why we said, despite the fact that our emphasis lies on the education and the training, we'll come in a little way we can to support you so that you'll be able to ensure that these patients, they got the necessary supply, the necessary drugs that can save those lives. So the main is to make sure we continue to improve that particular maternal outcome, and we are very proud of that.
He said in 2021, maternal mortality was alarming. However, with concerted efforts, it has been reduced to 60%. Mr. Soni said Seed Global Health drew success in their work in Makeni, so they decided to expand the services to the southern region in mid-2022. He said the donation was not only vital to the overall work of the hospital, but it was also a boost to the trainings they offer to the midwives, adding that the knowledge gained could fully be exhibited with the right equipment they have supplied.
We are very delighted to our donors back in the United States of America who are really providing this opportunity for us. They are giving the money for you to have these things. These materials we are seeing in front of you, it was over $11,700. Right? They include consumables, drugs, and medical supply.
The country director, Seed Global Health Sierra Leone, said they were working on modalities to stretch their coverage to all the regions and the western area by 2025. The Chief Nursing and Midwife Officer, Ministry of Health, Mary Fuller, said the donation would give speed and quality to their work. She expressed gratitude to Seed Global for their overwhelming support to not only Makeni, but also other places to improving the health sector in the country. She encouraged health workers to double up their effort and always operate as a team. The Medical Superintendent Regional Hospital, Makeni, Dr. Joseph Kamanda Sisi, said the materials came at a time needed most. He said they would play a vital role in the day-to-day running of the hospital. Among them were equipment and medicines dynamic for categories in the free health care.
Ministry of Planning and Economic Development has engaged members of Parliament and civil society organizations on the voluntary national review on the implementation of 7 of 17 Sustainable Development Goals 2030. The aim was to canvass support from the lawmakers on the process. Joseph Toure has more.
Voluntary national review on the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals in Sierra Leone was said to be crucial for the country. It was a time to showcase progress made so far in the implementation of the SDGs, the challenges and opportunities for resource mobilization. Members of Parliament, as representatives of the people, play a vital role to engage their communities on the voluntary national review.
We always avail ourselves to support processes of this nature as much as they are for the beneficiation of our country and our people.
For the UNFPA country representative Nadia Rashid, even though Sierra Leone has made significant strides in the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals, more needed to be done in the areas like the economy and the environment, among others.
At the same time, there are very significant challenges. There are SDGs that need much more attention, including in addressing poverty, including in addressing...
Minister of Planning and Economic Development Kenya Baley said they rely on the support of the MPs for the evaluation and the implementation of the SDGs. She noted the VNR helps to monitor progress and provide a baseline for the next 7 years.
The implementation of the VNR process, we expect that a working group, a monitoring group will be set up comprising of Ministry of Planning, NANET, and we also expect that the CSOs are going to be very much part of that group. There will be desk reviews, there will be field activities, and the outcome will be presented at a high-level political forum held in New York. It will be held in July.
Representatives of the leadership of Parliament pledged to work with MOPED to ensure government succeeds in the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals 2030. The CSO representative Victor Lansana-Kuruma said if they are given the necessary support, they would engage local communities to have their say on the voluntary national review process. SLBC, Joseph Toure reporting.
The acting managing director of Koidu Holdings Limited Company, Miles Van Eden, has dismissed a video on social media claiming that the operations of the company poses serious threats to the city of Kano. He assured the public of the continuation of their company's open door policy and safe operations and management. Dennis Fraser sent in this report.
The video that circulated on social media has caused panic in the minds of some residents of Kono. It claimed that mining operations of Koidu Limited Mining Company was a hazard set to destroy the Kono community. It quickly got all interested sector players on their toes. This led to a fact-finding visit by the NMA and other authorities to the mining sites. During their examination of the video, the management of Koidu Limited Mining Company debunked the video and said their underground mining operation at Dike Zone B of the underground mining area posed no threat to the people of Kono. He went on, they maintain a geotechnical model of engineering.
By saying that we're undermining the town of Kono, that is completely untrue. We are just mining inside our concession, and if we were mining outside of our concession, we would face serious corporate lawsuits because those concessions belong to other people. So some of the people that are living outside the concession are living in other people's mining concessions. So let us just put that down on the floor. So just with regard to the video, it's what's misconstrued from it, that we are mining under the town, is completely untrue.
The company also insisted that they observe maximum health and safety procedures and environmental policy based on the EPA Act of 2022 to ensuring a zero harm to the environment and a culture of safety.
Not all hazards associated with underground mining can be completely avoided, yet many of them can be effectively mitigated using requisite equipment, the safety measures and requisite training involved in it as prescribed by international best practices. From what is gathered here, Koidu Limited is in strict adherence with some of these safety measures, just as we've seen.
Civil society organizations told the management and journalists that their visit was to get first-hand information of what was seen on social media. They said what they saw so far following their visit to the mining sites showed that the claim of the video was not true, but they called on the company to maintain a mutual relationship with the community.
Based on the quantum of diamonds, they are producing over 500,000 carats per annum. That's very huge for any community, producing over 500,000 carats. They can fall slightly around 480, 475 carats, 1,000 carats per annum, so which is a very huge amount of money if you compare the quality of stones that are coming from these mines. It is categorically very clear that some of the finest diamonds are coming from this part of the world. So because of this, they need to give back more.
The Director of Communications, National Minerals Agency, Ibrahim Sati Kamara, noted that as a statutory mandate, NMA was intervening to provide the public with comprehensive facts on the activities of the company, which had provided employment for some 1,000 Sierra Leoneans. Contrary to popular belief, it was discovered that the company was also reinventing mechanisms to respond to the many concerns as enshrined in the mining lease agreement. SLBC, Dennis Fraser reporting.
Sierra Leone's Ministry of Health, in partnership with the World Bank, has taken a significant step in combating climate-related health challenges by launching a climate change and health unit. The initiative aims to boost the country's resilience to climate change impacts, including extreme weather events and health risks, as the SACO reports.
In honor to officially launch the Climate Health Vulnerability Assessment Report and to also officially inaugurate the Climate Health Unit for the good of the people of Sierra Leone.
The launch of the Climate Change and Health Unit within the ministry signifies a strategic move to address climate impacts on public health. This unit will be pivotal in executing key actions outlined in the Climate and Health Vulnerability Assessment Report. It will also focus on enhancing health service delivery, workforce capacity, and disaster preparedness. It came at a time when Sierra Leone is facing multiple challenges on climate change, ranging from extreme temperatures to increased risk of floods and droughts. The ministry's approach has been described as proactive.
If today we establish a climate unit, the idea should be what do we see year 1, year 2, year 4, year 5, 10 years from now, and then how do we see the linkages with the other agencies.
Deputy Minister Tu Jalikatu Mustafa said it was urgent to address climate-related risk issues. She noted the move would achieve a lot in addressing climate change matters.
The assessment will also help us to guide our interventions, actions that we're going to take to mitigate and adapt to this crisis, and it will serve as a basis for further research and studies that we're going to do, including assessing how effective our interventions have been.
The unit's action plan prioritizes vulnerable groups like women, children, and persons with disabilities, emphasizing equitable access to health care. Various players in the sector pledged support for the Climate Change and Health Unit, emphasizing collaboration to ensure the country's success in addressing climate-related health challenges. The Minister of Health, Dr. Austin Demby, emphasized on the grave challenges Sierra Leone faces due to fire, floods, and community migration, particularly in coastal areas. It called for partnerships, mobilization of resources, and a united vision to safeguard the health and well-being of the nation.
Together, let us seize this opportunity to forge partnerships and mobilize resources to build a healthier, more resilient nation. Let us unite in our commitment to safeguarding the health and well-being of our people today and for generations to come.
The Ministry of Health and Partners initiative reflects a proactive stance towards climate resilience and public health. The integration of climate-informed strategies into healthcare policies signifies a crucial step towards building a sustainable and resilient future for all communities in the country. SRBC News, Esther Sako reporting.
Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Princess Duba, has inspected cold room facilities of Sabco, Korea, and Sierra Fishing Companies. The visit was to gauge the level of compliance and preparedness of industrial fishing companies ahead of the closed season scheduled for April and May. Ibrahim Samura has more.
The Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Princess Duba, said she was very pleased with the manner in which the companies were cooperating, as the availability of huge quantities of fish products in the cold rooms was a clear manifestation of the desire to complement government's efforts in actualizing the ministry's mandate and the feed saloon program. She added that staff of the ministry has been divided into groups to ensure effective and efficient service delivery that would enhance a successful implementation of the process. Chief Executive Officer of the various fishing companies, Mohammed Saba, Madam Park, and Basim Mohammed, while registering their commitment to support government food security initiative, thanked the minister and team for the visit. They described the closed season measure as a laudable initiative that would help in conserving the country's fisheries and marine resources, and assured the team of the fullest support in ensuring that their products are available and affordable during the closed season. Thousands of cartons and sacks with different species of fisheries products were found stocked in the company's cold rooms, awaiting sales and distribution to various outlets across the country. A fishmonger, Elizabeth Kuruma, said she was very much aware of the closed season measure and thanked government for addressing the current economic situation in the country. Ibrahim Samura, Freetown.
We'll now take a short break as we bring you a message on Kush. Today's message is coming from Tijan Keller, a youth activist. Stay tuned.
My name is Tijan Keller, the National Youth President for the National Youth Council Sierra Leone. I there today for advice me company young man and young woman in this country for this year we call Kush. I really want to make we all left for take Kush, as we don't see how we don't kill we brothers and sisters in this country. Kush that's something where you take the way self where they do your foot, your body. We all know say it's not good for yourself. But in all of this, I want make government take tranga measures them for fight this crucial. One thing one government do for we, make it declare a health state of emergency for we in this country. We declare that day we community people then say go able to snap now say Papa government don't help we don't declare state of emergency on Kush or drugs. So we said we will make we own bylaws in our community now. We will first send people that will bring them in our community. We young people in our community. We say you see then they sell Kush, report them. Police and they for take action. Would I you see they bring Kush to the community for supply, the one that they sell you now, we now report them. Government ready for take action. We serve as young community people them, we paramount chiefs them, we imam them, we youth leader them at the community them. Make we that tranga one and support government, make we all fight this fight here. If not to that, we youthful population now don't in the done so. And if that be the case, Salon will not get see prospects for the young people in this country. So make we left for take drugs, make we left for take Kush not good for we self and we country. Now that na my message what I get for young people in this country.
Well, that was a message on Kush, and it's coming from Tijan Keller, a youth activist. We'll now move over to Sports Desk for the happenings in the area of sports. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome to Sports Updates on News. I am your host, Esther Marie Samoa. In this edition of the Sport News, defending champions of the Sierra Leone Premier League Blue Rangers defeated Freetown City FC by 2 goals to 1 to continue their lead in the ongoing Leone Rock Premier League. The match, which took place at the Sierra Leone Football Association Academy in Freetown, saw hundreds of supporters in attendance. Here is the report. It was an exciting match during the first half. League leaders Bo Rangers Football Club took charge of the match with total dominance, and that eventually earned them their first goal at the end of first half through Abu Kome's 45th minute strike. It was also an outstanding display of skills in the second half from both sides as Bo Rangers' Paul Kai increased the lead in the 76th minute. The game became more physical as Isheka Kamara was sent out of the match after tackling FCFC Ali Conte. Mohamed Lamin Kamara of Freetown City Football Club gave them their consolation in the 89th minute, and the match ended 2-1 in favor of the visitors. Head coach of Bo Rangers, John Kister, is hopeful of winning the championship.
It's a league game. It's a league football. So sometimes it's about getting points. And we've come away again, as part of our away games, and we got another 3 points. So for me, it's about getting points. I don't look at the table at all. I think what I'm very concerned about is just keep picking. We just keep working. We just keep picking points. We have another 16 odd games. So for us, that's the objective. We just keep picking points, try and do what we can, and hopefully see what happens at the end of the season.
Amidst losing the match, FCFC D Sakabo won the man of the match following his stellar performance. In the news also, players of the Sierra Leone national dodgeball team are on intensive preparation ahead of the International Dodgeball Championship that was staged in Austria this year. Abdul Kabir witnessed one of their training sessions at the Atuga Mini Sports Complex in Freetown. And I report.
This training session at the Atuga Mini Stadium serves as a clear demonstration of the Sierra Leone Dodgeball Association team to upset other teams in the forthcoming World Championship. On his part, the Director of Participation and Sustainable Sport at the National Sports Authority, Stephen Kelfala, during his visit to the training, commended the Sierra Leone Dodgeball Association for their dedication to the game. He highlighted the association's success in attracting talented young players. He emphasized on the crucial role of coaches in impacting knowledge of the game's rules, which are essential for players to excel. Kelfala pledged full support from the National Sport Authority to boost dodgeball in Sierra Leone.
With the coming of the new minister and the executive director, we have taken it as a decision to ensure that sport associations, sport disciplines actually demonstrate for us to see how they are actually nurturing those talents that are interested in their sport. And with my presence here today, I've been able to see that the Dodgeball Association over the years have been training the youths, the boys from various schools and in community, and they have played well. And I'm sure when they go out to compete, they can be able to compete and represent Sierra Leone the way we expect them to do.
And recognizing its potential to proudly represent the nation on the global stage, Abdul Kasim Tijan, president of the Sierra Leone Dodgeball Association, extended gratitude to both the National Sports Authority and the Ministry of Sport for their steadfast support of the SLDBA's endeavors. Omar George, the head coach of the team, expressed confidence for the upcoming championship, noting their determination to secure victory for Sierra Leone. The players themselves have been driven by the ambition to leave a lasting impression on the world stage.
Well, that's it for Sports Update and News. Many thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Well, thanks to Esther Mari Samara for the sports update. To end the news, a look again at our top stories. President Julius Maada Bio has given directives for the setting up of National Task Force on Drug and Substance Abuse. He said the fight against drug and substance abuse in the country needs collective effort. The reason the National Task Force will be there to combat the rising Kush crisis in the country. Vice President Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallow has unveiled a 2-day security sector study at the Foreign Affairs. The study would create a clear coordination and collaboration pathways between security sector institutions and a bid to implement intelligence and security information to enhance sectorial efficiency. And National Revenue Authority, NRA, has closed St. Mary's Supermarket on Hillcourt Junction because of their failure to issue ECR receipts to customers. Well, that's all we have time for in this edition of News Hour, coming to you live from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. I have been your presenter, Diana Dwetty. Continue watching the SLBC. Stay with us.